Hello everyone, welcome to Simple Crochet channel. I'm so glad to be with you in this video. In this video we are going to continue our crochet along project after this long pause. It's been a couple of busy weeks for me. I had to do a lot of work during these couple of weeks, so I apologize for any delay. I hope you like this stitch and find it clear and fun to make. So let's start. Now, as you can see, we are going to introduce square 16 for our crochet along project, and it's lovely stitch. We have done something like this stitch in the previous squares, and as usual I like to use the stitch in different patterns. I'm going to show you the chart and do it with you. Now, to do this acorn stitch, I like to call it like this because it's like the acorn fruit. You need to do 4 row repetition, which is I'm going to start from here and do the multiple of 4 stitches plus 2, which in my case is 26 chains to do an 8-inch square. If you want to do any other number, you just multiple your stitches by 4, then add 2 at the end of the row. Now I have done 26 chains, then I add 1 more chain for the height. This is meant for the height, and I'm not going to include it in the number of stitches that I do. Now I am going to start my row 1 or row 2 in the chart. If you just include this is row 1. Now do 1/2 double crochet all along the row. Then I am going to chain 1 all the time. I'm going to chain 1 when I start my new row. Then work 3 rows of single crochet. Of course, if you like the shape of half double crochet, you can just substitute these single crochet, these rows of single crochet with half double crochet, but it will look bigger. The stitch itself will look bigger. This stitch will look bigger, but I prefer single crochet to have this unique shape of the stitch. Then I am going to chain 1 again and work 2 single crochet, then the stitch, 3 single crochet, then the stitch, 3 single crochet, then the stitch. And I'm going to show you just how to do it. Now I have here sample of 4 stitches plus 2, then I add 1 stitch for the height and mark this stitch. Then I am going to work 1 row of half double crochet like this. I'm going to yarn over, insert the hook not in the stitch where my marker is, in the second stitch, and just pull through. You have 3 loops, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. I am going to repeat this half double crochet all along the first row. Now I reached the end of my row and I'm going to finish it with 1/2 double crochet. Then I am going to chain 1 for the height. I turn my work and mark this stitch. It's only meant for the height and to have straight edges at the sides. Now what I'm going to do is doing 1 single crochet in each stitch all along. Now this is optional for you. You can do either what I will do in this video, or you can just do the other option that I will give you, which is you can just do one single crochet in the front loop only, like this. Here you are going to insert your hook in under the front loop and just do one single crochet and work the whole row like this. Just insert it under the first loop only, one loop, and just do this. See, you have here 2 loops. You are going to insert it under the first loop or the front loop only, this loop, and do one single crochet. Now this option is only for the first row of the single crochet 3 rows, because you are going to repeat 3 rows of single crochet. So if you want to start your first row, only do the front loop thing, but you can always do just one single crochet in both loops. I'm going to show you both, and you are free to choose whatever you want to do. And just keep doing one single crochet under the front loop all along the row. Now I have reached the end of the row and I am only left with one last stitch. I have finished my row. I'm going to chain 1, turn my work, mark this stitch for the height, and just do another row of single crochet, but in this time I am going to use my single crochet under both loops. I'm going to just insert the hook under both 2 loops and do one single crochet like this, and continue doing this and do another row of single crochet under both loops, because you know it's only the first row of single crochet which will give you this look. Now I have reached the end of my row and I'm going to chain 1, turn my work, and start row number 4 where I am going to do my stitch. And as the chart says, I am going to do 2 single crochet in the first 2 stitches, 1 and 2. Then I am going to do my stitch. I do have this 3rd stitch in the row where I am working on. I'm not going to work in this stitch or the previous one. I am going to return to the first row of single crochet. Of the 3 single crochet, I'm going to work in the first one and just count 3 stitches, 1 2 3, and work in this 3rd stitch like this. I'm going to yarn over, insert the hook here in this stitch, and just pull the yarn from behind and just pull the yarn to match the height of the row I am working on right now. Just pull it. It's like the cherry stitch, but it looks different. And I'm going to just yarn over and pull through 2 loops only, leaving 2 loops on the hook. I'm going to repeat this 4 times. Yarn over, insert the hook in the same stitch in the first row of single crochet, and just pull the yarn to the height, and just yarn over and pull through 2, and use these 2 fingers to hold the stitch like this. Now I'm going to repeat it 2 times. Just each time I'm going to yarn over and pull through only 2 loops, and for the last time just pull the yarn to the height and don't be afraid, and just yarn over. You are left with 5 loops on the hook. you are going to yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. Then I'm going to leave the stitch under these loops and just work 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and just pop up this little bit in the front so it looks like this, and then work 2 single crochet. So you have 3 single crochet in between each acorn stitch. I'm going to repeat this stitch again. Just count 1, 2, 3 and work in the 4th stitch in the first row of single crochet here, like this. Yarn over 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to work in here, insert, just pull the yarn. Then you are going to yarn over and pull through 2 again, and just pull through 2 another time, and a 3rd time. Don't worry if your yarn have gaps, because when you just finish the stitch you will find it very beautiful at the end. And then yarn over and pull through all, and then do 1 single crochet in the next stitch of the row that you are working in, and another 1 single crochet and another 1 single crochet, and it just pops like this. You can either have this stitch on this row, or you can just leave it on the other side and you have this shape from the other side. So both sides you can just work beautifully, but I like it like this to have this row with me. Now I'm going to repeat this stitch one more time. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3 and work in this 4th stitch. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now I am going to yarn over and pull through all 5 loops and then finish it with 1 single crochet, another 1 and another 1, 3 single crochet. You can just leave it on the other side or this side. It's beautiful on both ways. Now again, another 1, 1, 2, 3 and do 1 in the 4th. Of course you can just have more than 4 strands of yarn or 4 double crochet stitches together. You can add 5, 6, whatever you want your acorn looks like, and just finish it with 3 single crochet. 1, 2, 3. Now I am going to work my last acorn stitch in the row, and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3 and work in the 4th like this, and just do 1 last acorn stitch. 3 and 4. Just yarn over and pull through the 5 loops, and I'm going to do 2 single crochet. Now you will find that you have 1 stitch left. Don't worry if those 2 sides are not equal or the same. You started with 2 single crochet and you end with 3 single crochet. I just did this multiple of 4 plus 2 for my even number of my 26 chains square. Now don't worry about these 3 stitches, because really the beginning of each row is bigger than the end of the row, so it's going to be fine. so it's going to be fine. Now I am going to chain 1, turn my work, and just mark my stitch here, and just repeat these 4 rows. I'm going to do single crochet all along the rows, and I have here this stitch of the acorn, and I'm going to just work 1 single crochet all along. Now this is how it should look like from this side. See, you have here, this is the back side of the acorn stitch. You have here this row of half double crochet and 3 rows of single crochet, and the 4th row we did the acorn stitch, and the 5th row we did single crochet, and just repeat 3 single crochet, 1 acorn, 3 single crochet, 1 acorn. Now this is how it look like this. It's very beautiful from the back here, and this is how it look like from the back, and it also beautiful from the back. So it's kind of reversible stitch, and with each side it looks different, like I think square number 9, you can have 2 stitches in only 1 stitch, and I add these to give it more beautiful texture. You can always start doing the first row of single crochet in the front loop. It will give you very beautiful texture from both sides, like this. You can just repeat the same pattern, but you can use another pattern which is I used here, and you are familiar with this diagonal shape of the stitch because we have done it in other squares, and you can always return back to this square and find how we work it. What I have done in this square is this. With each row with the acorn stitch, I just omit 1 stitch from this side. So it goes like this. If I started with 3 single crochet, then the acorn stitch, I do my next row of the acorn stitch with only 2 single crochet. Then the next row I only do 1 single crochet, then the acorn stitch, and the next row with the acorn stitch I do the acorn all along. So I just skip 1 and then count the number of stitches that I used in between these 2 acorn stitches. Here I used 4 single crochet between these stitches. Here I used only 3 single crochet, which I used it in another square. I am going to post the picture for it. Now you can just do this stitch with variety of pattern. You can even create your own interpretation and your own pattern for this stitch. I hope you like the stitch and find it clear and find the video informative enough for you. So if you like the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for supporting it. Thank you, and see you in another video with another square.